Patricia?
Just go up.
Yeah, how much?
No, it was right enough. It's
What?
For your particular unit?
I think she said it was
1-1?
1-1. 1-1. You would be. $485.30.
Through with it. And quit this nickeling around and driving around out here without lights for the women and so forth. And tie it up so that you'll know where you're at and you can get it done in 8 months to a year, and you're not going to wait 8 or 9 months. If you just raise your assessment, you're not going to get any money to do anything for 3 to 5 years, right or wrong, Steve?
Well, your loan on that though, you have to pay the principal on that every month. So then your maintenance will go up even more than the $80 you just proposed.
All right, if you've got a
$2 million loan, how much would
line
you
items
first
have to
we present? It was just presented.
You know,
well, it will go up no matter what.
I wouldn't have a problem with doing. My big concern about the loan is we already got deadbeat owners. They aren't paying. Now we do a loan. If we don't pay on a loan, interest accrues, and who's going to cover that? Not us. I mean, that's it. And they've already experienced that here before, correct?
We've actually
had a loan before, and we've had deadbeat owners that have not paid, and then there was had to be a special assessment to cover what was left to pay off the loan.
Yeah. No, not for that. No. What happened is a lot of the loan that was gotten, that was obtained, was mismanaged. So that when people were selling their units, like some people paid it off in full, and the people that didn't pay it off in full had an additional amount on their maintenance to pay it. And when they went to sell their property, they weren't required to pay it off in full. And so then the amount of money we were collecting per month on this extra mortgage, because instead of getting a fixed rate mortgage, they got an adjustable rate mortgage.
Well, the estoppel letters weren't done correctly either.
Well, that's another thing. We didn't have a full-time manager at the time, so they weren't seeing to that. So they were relying upon board members to fill out the questionnaires. They weren't doing it right. So what ended up happening is a whole bunch of people sold, didn't pay it off. We were paying more money per month to pay it off. We were paying more money per month to pay off the loan than we were collecting to pay the loan. And so all the unit owners were actually paying more on it per month than the people who just owed on it. So with that said,
bottom line was the owners that were good owners had to pay
double.
Yeah. I'll tell you right now, I bought a unit from somebody during that, and the board that was on the board at the time signed the estoppel letter and cleared the person from the amount.
Oh yeah, well, partial.
Anyway, my concern is, I don't have a problem with doing it if we manage it right.
If we manage it correctly.
Hey, you guys are saying.
I'm just kidding.
Time-wise and money-wise, to get the concrete work done, the painting done, the pavement done, and the lights done in the next 5 years.
Well, you can do it. Now, we get these projects done. We get these projects
You're going to have to give us some more assessment.
That's correct, because
I think I'm allergic to it.
that's the real problem is,
What is she on? Which one is she on?
Nancy's one. She's like, I quit everything. No, but
Sounds like my grandmother. Sounds like my grandmother.
We keep saying, well, next week, next Tuesday, you know, and then on the day of the week we want to take her, she's feeling a little better.
This isn't the one that they sent out. This is just the,
We dropped from the accounting and the management down to...
What's the name of the...
to 12. For 2 hours a week, as opposed to 4.
Okay. These are the numbers that we got from Rick.
I'm going to get an extra.
Oh, you need a ballot?
Yes.
you know how you got that? to October. That was the problem. It didn't include November and December. That number, and I went back and looked because whoever ran this knew this budget, but it was only to October.
Not through December
It wasn't
31st.
through December. That's what brought that. I knew 20,200 was not right. If you look at management fees, we paid $24,000 to Richard.
Steve, you have QuickBooks on your computer, right?
Yeah.
Why don't you just pull
I
it?
gotta go to Windows.
Oh, you can't just pull up a quick report real quick?
Yeah, but you know, I don't.
Oh.
You kidding? I went through this check register and everything else, line by line.
No, I agree with you because I saw the totals too, and you could tell.
So, I mean, that was my big problem is these numbers are not right.
Okay.
So, I mean, your 2008 proposal is your 2008 proposal, but if you're basing it on 2007's numbers, then you've already started with
A wrong base.
Okay, then, why don't we go line item by
let's
line item?
go. You've got
Yeah, just hand it
management
to
fee
them.
here, and you got no money for this year. We've already spent $4,000 on it. How do you do that? You see what I'm saying there?
Yeah, well, then we can throw 4,000, allocate 4,000 into that for 2008, and then add in the bookkeeper, and then decide between the board here, line item by line item, do we want to vote self-manage or use the management company?
Well, I think that's a key vote. I mean,
Okay, well, I can't make any
why
motion.
don't you go through your budget?
Actually,
okay?
Todd, you can make a motion. You just got to pass the
I'm going to make a
gavel.
motion to continue how we're going without a management company and just with a bookkeeper. So I make a motion to keep the bookkeeper only and no management.
Keep you, me, Lewis,
And Steve. Whenever Steve can help.
I mean, I'm not going to be able to do any day-to-day stuff. That's a given.
and keep a bookkeeper. And that'll be $24,000, well, not quite, because we have 20,000 savings, because the 4,000 has already been paid.
That's already been paid out.
Okay, there's a motion on the floor for that.
Second the motion.
I have a second. Let's have a vote. All in favor, show me your hands. 1, 2, nays, and I'm for it, so motion passes.
Are they going to office hours, or is that door just going to stay closed all the time?
They have specific office hours. I'm sorry, has everybody met our bookkeeper? Pam. Pam, right. I'm sorry, Pam. Been quiet the whole time. This is Pam. She'll be here 4:30 to 7:30 on Mondays.
Okay, but like, and Pam's great, because I met her the other night,
Okay.
but something that I needed she couldn't handle. And it's closed for the rest of the week, so.
Then you would call, you'd call right down the list over here, and you call down the list, write down the list, and get
what about our
the next
paperwork?
person that,
yeah.
same way you would call Richard.
Richard, it's the same as Richard. Richard was here on Tuesday, she's here on Mondays.
No one's done it yet. The front
Yeah, but he
door,
can handle it.
so that bus
But
went.
she might not have been given authorization for it yet.
Correct, but then you can just call where the number. I'm sorry to interrupt.
I just was giving an example. Very small, minuscule example. The front door, or it's not set up to call our apartment.
Okay,
So,
have you made a request yet?
everything, no one's up there, so it doesn't.
Have you ever put anything in the mailbox, or written a letter, or left
I've
the
asked my
telephone?
husband
Okay.
what he's done, but
The telephone
what I'm
is
saying,
an-
I'm not saying
Okay,
for
the
me
telephone
now.
is answered.
I'm saying for the future.
Sure.
And someone else will even have little requests like that.
The telephone is answered. The mailbox is right down here. You can drop a note. And those are taken care of.
And then on Monday, she'll say every Monday we'll get our responses. So
You'll-
that's what we do.
Either your thing will be done and you'll know it, or you'll have a response.
Because
You can always
because you
write
guys
an
are gonna
email.
take care of that.
You can write an email. Those are.
No, I just wanted to-
Respond very quickly.
All right. What else next one?
Unless you're requesting copies of the board, it's sent to us first day of the state.
Tenant screening. You bought that up. We actually are going to go with a company.